Well, my body's upgrading and upgrading and upgrading, as I said earlier. And yes, the demands of it sometimes is a Big Mac. That one mechanic that says, I need a Big Mac if you want any upgrades from me, that's what I require. So, yeah, and I also got this, hey, look at this, the other mechanic in me, he likes the Irish, he likes the Irish shake. So I got the Shamrock shake here. For the I'm 3/4 Irish, actually. Even being from Nova Scotia, I don't think there's any Scottish in me, funny enough. But lots of Irish. So, yeah, a Shamrock shake. And, of course, a nice empty Tim Hortons mug. Got that, and I was just approaching the turnoff for Canmore here, and this wonderful couple stopped and gave me that. But yeah, that's wonderful. It's been a grueling. It's now 6 days in, and I don't even know how far I've traveled. I know far enough to Banff and far enough back to Canmore now, but I think, here, I'll show you. How do I look? Maybe I'm wrong. Do I look okay? I think it's going good, and I have a different attitude, even from 10 years ago. I have the saying, I'm equally fearful but twice as brave, and I think that's the case, but I certainly am less afraid, less fear, and I worry about that. I'm actually afraid of being less afraid, because that's where complacency comes in. And I caught myself today just kind of la-di-da-ing it a little bit, and I said to myself, look, still pay attention to that traffic. You don't want something sneaking up on you. So, I went back and started paying full attention to traffic. And I think, for me, the practice is good, because I look at those windshields and I look to see what the drivers are doing. And every so often you'll see, and I've seen a lot of that today. So that keeps me moving. It gives me, over the food, it gives me nourishment, internal nourishment right here, to want to move along and know that there's people supporting this. And even as I walk in here, just to get offered up, I got a pocket full of free Big Macs right now that I was given in Banff, and he said, and his staff at McDonald's in Banff were really pleased to have me there. It was hard for them to say it because they were so busy, but he did take the time, and took a lot of time. I bet you we talked 25 minutes, a half hour. And he, even came outside, and we got a picture taken. I'll put it on Facebook when I have a moment. And, it's special. And I told him that it's not just the food that helps me move. It's, stopping and talking to people and hearing their stories, their own stories, and their own inspirational feats. I've met some amazing people that would put me to shame. No, they wouldn't. They're too wonderful to put anybody to shame. But they've accomplished amazing things themselves, and that gives me nourishment and encouragement and all that. But the words are as fulfilling as any one of these things. But I tell you, this is pretty good now and then. But I will supplement a lot of other foods along with that. I'm getting a little grizzled here. I wasn't expecting to be out longer than 5-6 days. And I'm actually really glad I turned around and continued, and kind of keep this excitement going. And I've got a lot to do when I get back to Calgary, and for every one of these things that are given up to me, I feel a responsibility to carry out what I said I'm going to carry out to do. These people are going to carry a message. They're going to say, This guy is going to go across Canada on July 1st, and this is why he's doing it. And for me not to would be, especially the way I feel now. I am feeling quite healthy and strong, and I'm kind of amazed. I was thinking today, I even feel stronger now than I was at 35 when I went out and started this, which is amazing, because at 35, I said at 25, I would not be strong enough to do this. I wouldn't have had the fortitude, to accomplish that, or even the belief. And I think I've said this before in a blog. You have to be confident to be competent. But being confident doesn't make you competent. And that's what I was looking at too. It was actually, now I'm thinking about that. As I was thinking about that earlier, it was kind of cute. I don't know what this police officer was doing. The RCMP was going along, and it almost seemed like he was following me, because he'd come along and he'd park on one of the crossroads. And I think he kind of took an opportunity to watch what I was doing. And then he had the radar gun out there, so anybody that was speeding, he would race off, catch them. And I watched him do that several times from not just the one spot. As I was moving up the road, he seemed to be moving along with me and taking that opportunity to catch the speeders. So I think that was wonderful for me, because nobody should have been speeding going past me, an object like this. So it was keeping me safe. So making me feel more confident, but I think that was kind of wonderful. It is this, and I think it's wonderful that I can share this experience this time around with people and go through some of the excitement, the ups and the downs. And I think I've shared some of the downs, and I want to be honest with everyone. And I want to share the ups too. And I think that's life. You do have your ups and your downs, and your mountains and your valleys, and this is. A lot of this stuff is just unexpected for me, along the way. You don't know what to expect. But I think it's quite joyous right now that, even for me, even if I just accomplished this and nobody knew I did it, I think it's still just a wonderful accomplishment for an individual to get out and do this. So, especially, like I said, I said to just one person here just a moment ago, I was supposed to be crippling up in my 30s. In my 30s, I accomplished what I did, and here I am about to turn 46, and I'm looking about doing a run across Canada. And, I mentioned to a lot of people about a man named Fajr Singh. That's Fajr Singh. He, at the age of, I think it was 85 or 87, he ran his first marathon, and continued running marathons up to 100. And as far as I know, he's still out there at least doing half marathons. So, you're never too late. So anyways, I'll leave you with that. Just wanted to share some of the excitement and the ups. There's certainly going to be downs. And I didn't know if the excitement was going to follow me along here back to Calgary or not, because sometimes that's the way it is. It's a lot happens and then nothing happens. And you wonder if things are going to pick up again. And sometimes they don't. And then sometimes you're walloped with a lot of support. So it's interesting, but I think with my experience, it's just a stranger journey for me now, because I'm yet different, and one of my sayings, the moment I think I find myself another place. And here I'm again sitting in a McDonald's with a free Big Mac. I never had a pocket full of free Big Macs before. This is unique, and I'm quite enjoying it. And what I never had before too, and I want to say this to McDonald's. I think it's been a fight since I was a little kid. Why are you ending breakfast at 10 or 11 when people want
breakfast all day. So I'm sitting at a table here, and I'm kind of celebrating my own comeback here. I've been here before. I've been there on the road, walking or biking across Canada, and I'm back. But this is what I'm back to. Breakfast all day. And I love, for energy, I love that Egg McMuffin in the morning. And that 3 Egg McMuffins and those hotcakes, it got me all the way from Banff all the way to here to see these balloons. Breakfast all day. Cheers, folks.